You know, I tell you, man, it's so funny. I'm not trying to spread misinformation or mischaracterize stuff with my videos. I mean, I title stuff the best shaders or whatever because that's what you do with a YouTube video. That's how you're, you know, why would you bother clicking on a video if it didn't have the best shaders? You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to be dishonest, but sometimes I just don't know. Sometimes I just don't know. Sometimes I find a shader right after talking about shaders that are the best. So that's kind of what happened the other day. I released this video talking about a bunch of different shaders that I feel like are the best ones. And then literally the next day, I run into these two shaders, which have become the only ones I'm using now. I'm kid you not. I'm not trying to be disingenuous. This is literally just how it happens. What is happening here? Whatever. We're here now. I'll show you these. These are legitimately the two best shaders I think you can use in Minecraft. Actually, let's go see them. All right, so let me show you the world that I've been playing in with my cousins. The second world of, well, we've made lots of worlds because I accidentally delete them all the time. But the shader that we are currently using right now and that I want to talk about here is the Photon shader. Oh my gosh, the thunder. Dun dun dun, the Photon shader. Wow. The Photon shader, which looks really, really good. It's got a nice penumbra to it. I've got the edge lighting on, so you can see that the edge of blocks are kind of highlighted a little bit. And with a bunch of performance mods, I can get the FPS to above 120 most of the time. The Photon shaders honestly feel like complementary, but without this like haze, it's hard to explain. It's just, they're better. I just really like the look of them. They've got very, very pleasant. Hold on, let me toggle on Unbound real quick. Yeah, I like Unbound, but Unbound has this kind of, it's like flatter. It's not as detailed. There's some of the shadow. It's missing some kind of glow. The lighting is harsher on, like, see these leaves compared to Photon, which has like a much more pleasant, oh yeah, night and day. And I think the performance generally is a little bit better as well. I do want to show footage of this shader working in the Nether and in the End dimension, but I'm going to just quickly show just a couple more circumstances, the shader working underground and things like that. So I'm kind of working on this mine shaft here. It has some of the features that complementary Euphoria patches adds, like the darkness desaturation and stuff in the distance. An Enderman was here. The water is a nice, like, pixelated but still kind of realistic texture as well. Oh, look at that. After it rains, there's a nice rainbow opposite where the sun is. The clouds look really good as well. They're a little noisy, but oh, look at that sunset. That looks so good. Look at that. All right, let's go see some water. Floating island. Now, underwater performance. It's very good. The water is nice. There isn't any of those satisfying caustics on the bottom. I mean, there's a little bit these, but it's not like a pixelated type like in Visual Vibrance. That looks good though. This looks good. Oops. Plays nice with particle rain. Now we're gonna hop on over to a single player world so I can show you guys how this looks in the Nether and in the End dimension, because apparently this shader looks really good in the End. Oh my gosh. Dude, what? Everything's so purple. Look at that sun. Dude, that's crazy. Dude, Photon looks crazy in the End. What? Dude, look at that. Yeah, I'm sold. That looks way cooler than I thought it would. Yeah, this is the best shader. It looks so good, and it runs well. Goodness gracious, Photon, where have you been all my life? The Nether looks really good. It's nice and bright. Look at that. The colored lighting. Ooh. Lava glow. Dang, yeah, this shader looks awesome. Dude, look at the gleam on the obsidian. That's some nice specular highlighting right there. Though there is something weird. So I'm using TAA upscaling, which generally doesn't make games look much better, but it says it improves the performance. You can see smearing on the edge of the image and on the torch, because basically it's like, well, I don't know what's causing it. I don't remember exactly what the terminology is, but it's using a sharpening filter or it's upscaling. And so it's introducing ghosting, but honestly, I barely noticed that. And apparently it improves the performance by a ton. So that's why I leave it on. Oh my gosh, dude, when Distant Horizons loads in all the way, what a view this is. Holy cow. With 177 FPS. Yeah, no. We're cooked. This is awesome. I mean, I'm running 4 actual chunks and just letting the rest of render distance come from Distant Horizons. So that's why everything's like basically super pixelated even that far out. But that's enough, dude. To get almost 200 FPS. Let's see what Iteration's got to offer. I'm just gonna change it here and then we'll take a look down in the caves. Next up is Iteration. You guys kept, or according to this comment, irrigation. My favorite shaders, irrigation shaders. These are probably the most performant as in like you get the most FPS, almost ray tracing looking shaders you can get right now. Iteration looks just as good. Performance isn't going to be as good. Oh, that's cool. The blur, look at my hands. The blur increases based on the zoom. That's really smart. Good block light. This is the crazy thing about this shader though. Look at the edge of these blocks. They're almost, it's like almost ray traced. It's like emulating ray tracing by showing the edge of shadows. See that? What's Skelly, man? It's like almost a POV GoPro shot. This has the best handheld block lighting by far. Okay, let's go down in the caves and see what that looks like. Gosh, even spectator in the caves. This shader in caves feels like I'm watching a horror game. This is the perfect horror game Minecraft shader. Look at this. Look at these shadows. Look at that. Look at that shadow move. This makes caves so freaky, man. Like it runs so well too. This feels like rethinking voxels a little bit, that ray tracing shader. This is like the cheapest ray tracing shader you can find. Look at that. Look at that auto exposure. Oh, look at that auto exposure, man. Dude, that is so good. This is the best shader. This is actually the best shader. Look at that. The bright flash when the exposure, when you switch to the torch, boom, and then it simmers down. That's so realistic. Let's go to the Nether. Iteration. Is it gonna give me iteration every, like that pop-up every time I go into a dimension? Everything's so red. Look at that. This is the most realistic high FPS shader I've ever seen. This is 165 FPS I'm getting with these visuals. Look at the way the shadows, the edges of the shadows. Yeah, you guys were right. You guys were right. Okay, let's see what the end dimension looks like. This might be the best one. Oh! What? Dude, there's no way. What? There's no way. Dude, my jaw actually hit the floor. I do not have a face cam on. Oh my gosh, what? Where's the absolute cinema meme when I need it? Just, look at this. Dude, they didn't just bring a black hole, they brought the whole freaking planet next to it. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, super duper vanilla, you're cooked. It's even orbiting, it's moving. We're orbiting. That's insane. It's like we're in an asteroid belt of this planet. See, we're in the ring. Dude, this is unbelievable. Look, vanilla. Iteration. Oh my, what? Dude, I'm actually shocked by how good this looks, and I'm getting nearly 200 FPS. I mean, again, we're rendering only 4 chunks and it's the end dimension. That's insane. Oh, I can't glaze this shader anymore. This is the best shader. It's not even a question. Look at this. How do you compete with this? It's a little like, it's definitely not, I guess, vanilla-esque as far as like within a cutesy Minecraft theme. It's very realistic. Oh my gosh. I love the light casting on the pillars and the stars. This is unbelievable. Dude, I'm blown away. That's absolutely insane. Let me compare to Photon again. Photon is still very cool. See, this is what I mean by kind of the artsy, cute, saturated Minecraft style. Like, this definitely captures that a bit more, and I do think I still prefer Photon over Iteration, but just on a purely technical level, on a purely technical and realistic visuals level, there's no shader that tops this. Iteration is insane. Guys, leave a like on this video for Iteration shaders. Massive dub. Held light source settings. Flashlight mode. Wait. No, wait. Does this setting turn torches into a flashlight? Oh my gosh, they do. Bro, we gotta go back to the overworld. I gotta see what that looks like in the caves. Oh my gosh, this is the best shader. Dude, the horror gameplay you could do with this. Look, and it's actually realistic. This is the best shader for horror ever. Oh my gosh, what? Dude, that is so nice for a developer to put in that kind of, look at that. How did I not know about these shaders before? How could I have the audacity to post a video saying the best shaders and not see these shaders? I'm not even playing this up. This is 100% genuine reactions. I love this so much. That's kind of nice too. I mean, I say horror pack, but this could just be nice in general. Like to be able to directional with your torch a little bit. Dude, these are the best shaders. Best, most realistic shaders I've ever seen. And they run so well. They actually are so performant. I mean, your mileage can vary. Dude, same with Photon. These look amazing. And with chunks loaded in and with a bunch of performance mods, and if you have a marginally okay, I'm using an RTX 3080, 32 gigabytes of 32 megahertz RAM, and an i5 12600K. It's a standard, and I run 1440p, so it's a standard top of the mid tier kind of stuff, top of the line from 7 years ago, basically. I genuinely can't glaze these shaders any more than I already have. I love this flashlight feature. The only bug I really saw in regards to Photon, I haven't seen any bugs with iteration so far, which is pretty impressive. Okay, so iteration does work. It has a weird transparency with the chest that I'm holding. See, it doesn't know how to handle the reflections a little bit, but Photon, oh wait, I want to see what this looks like at night. Hold on. Dude, nah, look at this. The rain, the flashlight, the FPS starts to take a pretty big hit in the night like this with the particle rain, with the haze effect. And rain always makes Minecraft, you know, run a little bit less smoothly. Yeah, see, we're down to like 40, 50 FPS. That's just kind of how it goes though. That goes with the territory. If we weather clear, that'll give us like 30 FPS back, I bet. Yeah, see, it bumped us back up to like the high 60s. But look at this flashlight effect. Heck nah, dude. A horror pack with this shader would go so hard. That's a very strong flashlight. Wow, it's like lighting up the side of... This is legit like a car's headlights on high beam. Photon. So I'll show you what I was talking about. Gosh, I'll jump from thing to thing. The other deal with Photon is that it doesn't render tile objects that are being moved. Like, see this chest? It turns invisible when I pick it up. Same with any entities. So that's kind of a bug. You can kind of see it if YouTube is not going to pick that up. I can see a blurring. See? So that's really the only bug I could find with Photon. But besides that, I think Photon is probably my favorite all around. It definitely runs better than Iteration, but Iteration really is something else as well. These two are the best shaders. If you want the more cartoony Minecraft style, go with Photon. And if you want the more realistic style, go with Iteration. You'll get FPS, you'll get almost ray tracing looking. Yeah, okay, hold on. I want to check and see how Iteration handles like colored block lighting. So like lapis lazuli, see a lantern I need to do. I don't think it gives these things emissive textures. Okay, not bad. Let's see how Photon does with this. Yeah, Photon has colored lighting and definitely is more artistic as far as it's vibrant. It's much more saturated. Ooh, I like Photon's nighttime too, though. Look at that. Dude, you can see light all the way out there in that chunk. You could legit do a beacons are lit, Gondor calls for aid type of deal with block light, even with distant horizons all the way out there. Dang, dude. This looks awesome. That's all I got for this video. These shaders look awesome. Go try them out. Photon and Iteration. I'll leave links in the description. You should definitely check it out. And I will see you guys in the next one. Later.